Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities. Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring salad bar, pizza, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms to fit any size group. You can also order online and they will bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch, located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street, can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Oh, and you can kind of see it. So probably during the day, make sure it's
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank Card, and Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal.
All right, welcome everyone to the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. I'm Brett Byler with Real Presence Radio, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Isaac Struck. And tonight we have an excellent boys basketball matchup between the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights at 9-6 on the season and the home team, the Mitchell Colonels, at 13-3. Both these teams are playing good basketball as postseason play is about 2.5 weeks away. The Knights have won 3 straight games, while the Colonels have won 3 of their last 4, including an impressive road win over Harrisburg on Saturday night by 18 points. Harrisburg at the time was the number 2 team in state at 11-2 on the season. This is a big game also, power points, so O'Gorman currently at 7th in power points with 5 games remaining, while Mitchell is at 5th with 4 games remaining. I'm now going to bring in my broadcast partner, Isaac Struck. Isaac, what are you looking most forward to about today's matchup?
I'm looking forward to, we are loud.
We have new audio equipment, folks, so there might be a little issues with the audio for a bit. We'll figure it out.
I am really looking forward to a competitive game tonight. Mitchell, one of those teams that I've kind of been talking about all season long that I think is a dark horse, not necessarily even really a dark horse, but they don't get talked about as much as most of the other teams at the top of AA. And they have some tremendous ball players, and they're going to do a really good job of scoring. It's at their home place here, World's Only Corn Palace.
There you go.
and they're going to be excited to play O'Gorman. Last year, if you don't remember, it was a really high-scoring game last year that Mitchell ended up beating us, so they're going to be excited for that second chance at beating us back-to-back years, and they get to do it at home, led by a bunch of fantastic ball players, and a chance to continue to work their way up to that top spot heading into the state tournament.
So Mitchell has a premier player, Isaac. Coach Roby called Caden Hinker maybe the player of the year in AA boys basketball this year, and that's saying something. We got Matthew Moores up in Yankton. Talk about what you anticipate O'Gorman's defensive strategy going to be against Hinker tonight. He went off for 33 points at O'Gorman last year.
It's going to be tough, and I watched some film from him playing Harrisburg where he dropped 34 points and 26 in that first half, and boy is he just tough to defend. He is so versatile. He's a long, rangy player that shoots the ball kind of like a Larry Bird style jump shot. He's got that thing over the top of his head, and it's so tough to contest his shot, and he does such a good job of staying balanced on the fadeaway floating type shots where he's fading away from the rim and still getting that thing off with a deep contest. And he had Muirhead guarding him, who is one of Harrisburg's taller players, about 6'6", with long arms, and Muirhead couldn't get his hand up to contest any of his shots. So it's going to be tough tonight to guard Hinker. He'll score it from inside and out, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight against the Knights and how they can try to stop him.
And Mitchell on the defensive end, Isaac, I think they have the tallest player in AA in Zane Alm. He's 6'10", and he's a center. He has about 49 blocks, so about 3 blocks a game. And Mitchell's defense has only allowed 3 teams in 16 games, Isaac, over 50 points. It's just incredible. O'Gorman tonight, Coach Roby, you'll hear in the interview mention that they're going to have to knock down some perimeter shots. This with Alm in the middle, it's going to be tough. Offensively, what kind of sets and what kind of do you expect to see from O'Gorman? And, is it something, too, where even though he's in there, you still got to kind of try to get the ball inside as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And Alm, I saw in the stats already, has 47 blocks on the season in that low post. So he is just a tremendous defender. And I think what they're going to try to do is almost draw Alm a little bit outside of the paint if they can. They're going to try to probably stretch Myler out towards that elbow area, hopefully try to draw him out of the paint and not allow him to just be a rim protector all night down there. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Knights try to attack it if they go perimeter-centric tonight and try to work the ball inside and out and get some favorable matchups. But it's going to be tough inside if he's sitting in there on help side defense. You got to be aware of him and make sure that you're looking for that extra dump off or getting that shot up and high off the glass in order to keep it out of his hands.
So one thing we'll talk about during the game I want to get to just with time constraints we're not going to talk about now is tempo in the ball game. I am just going to mention Mitchell's going to really want to play slow it down ball, while Gorman, I believe, will want to play faster. So it'll be interesting to see whose tempo will prevail tonight. So the series history, Mitchell actually won last year at O'Gorman, as Isaac alluded to, 80-74. That was a really high-scoring game about a year ago today. It was close throughout. Mitchell led by 4 at half. O'Gorman actually led by 1 going to the fourth quarter. Caden Hinker had 33. The Knights were led by 2 guys. You'll remember their names when you hear them. Okoye, 21, and Zach Norton, 16. This is the 25th meeting. O'Gorman leads 13-11. Mitchell's win last year, Isaac, snapped O'Gorman's 9-game winning streak, and this is Coach Roby's first loss ever versus Mitchell as O'Gorman coach. O'Gorman won the 2012 state title versus Mitchell, 63-48. The 2011 state title versus Mitchell, 56-49. And then the year before Coach Roby came to O'Gorman, Mitchell won the 2005 state title of O'Gorman, 69-64. So a lot of history between these two teams. Can you let us know what other games are going on tonight, Isaac?
Yeah, in AA boys action, Sioux Falls, Washington is over at T tonight. That should be a good matchup. T's played some AA teams really tough this year. Harrisburg at Brandon, looking to be another fantastic matchup over at Brandon Valley. The battle of the bottom dwellers of the AA ranks in Brookings and Huron. That game is at the Huron Arena. Aberdeen Central at Watertown. That should be another exciting one. And then Hill City at Douglas. And then in AA girls, Lakota Tech at Peter is going on right now. Huron is at Brookings. Sioux Falls Lincoln at Harrisburg. Yankton at Sioux Falls Christian. T at Sioux Falls Washington. So the boys are at T and the girls are at Washington. Spearfish at Rapid City Stevens, and St. Thomas More at Douglas. A lot of those are 7 o'clock tip-offs, so we'll have scores from throughout the night.
All right, thanks, Isaac. Coming up after the break, I got a chance to talk to Mitchell boys coach today, Todd Neuendorf, find out why the Colonels have been so successful this season, and that interview is next on Real Presence Radio.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
Catholic Family Services is here for you, regardless of age, faith, or ethnic origin. They provide services throughout eastern South Dakota, including mental health counseling for adults and children, grief therapy for individuals or groups, a divorce support group, and a grief camp for children. They also now offer online counseling through telehealth therapy. For more information or to make an appointment with Catholic Family Services, you can call 800-700-7867 or go to sfcatholic.org/CFS.
Real Presence Radio is experiencing rapid growth and has an additional opening in the Sioux Falls area for a full-time listener relations coordinator. This person will assist with spreading the word about RPR, including help with the live drives, fall banquet, major gifts, and local live shows. A qualified candidate should demonstrate excellent self-management and time management skills. If you sense a call to serve God in this capacity, please send a cover letter, your resume, and references to Brittany at realpresenceradio.com or call 877-795-0122.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card, and Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal Nights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Mitchell boys basketball coach Todd Neuendorf. Coach, your boys beat number 2 Harrisburg on the road 64-46 on Saturday. What were the main reasons your team was able to beat Harrisburg by 18 points?
You know, we kind of established ourselves inside, and we kind of got the game to our tempo. You know, Harrisburg's a team that likes to get up and down the floor and shoot a lot of threes, and, you know, we kind of controlled the tempo that way, and we tried to get on the perimeter and not let them get those threes off, and if they did, contest them, and our guys just played really well defensively, I thought.
Coach, what is the biggest difference in your team now, 16 games into the season compared to the start of the season? Your defense has only allowed 3 teams to score over 50 points in 16 games this season. Why has your defense been so successful this year, Coach?
Well, our defense has been good because of, Zane Alm in the middle. He's a big part of that. You know, we've moved our defense, our guards way up on the perimeter. Guards are up guarding closer because, you know, you've got Zane back there and Caden Hinker back there as 2 guys that are like goalies. If you get by, they're sitting there waiting for you. So that's a big part of it. And like I said, we've really moved our defense up and tried to guard people a lot closer than we have in the past.
And you just mentioned Coach Caden Hinker, your terrific junior player, had 34 points at Harrisburg Saturday night. Talking to Coach Roby the other day, he mentioned he's probably could be the player of the year in AA boys basketball this year. What do you see as the biggest difference in Caden's games this year compared to his freshman and sophomore years?
He's a hard worker, and he spends a lot of time in the gym, and that's not a coach speak deal. He'll be in the gym, we'll get done practice, and he'll be there 45 minutes to an hour after we're done. We talked, and I said, you want to be known as a scorer, you don't want to be a shooter. There's a difference between shooters and scorers, because shooters will score a lot of points on a given night if shots are going in, and scorers score all the time. I told him this comparison, like J.J. Redick is a shooter, and J.J. Redick can pour in points. And then there's some nights when he can't, if shots aren't going in. We've tried to stress with him, be a scorer. Don't get caught on that three-point line. If they're not going in, we want you to attack the basket. We want you to get to the rim. We want your mid-range game to be good, get to the free throw line, all the different aspects. So I think that's a big part of it, and he's accepted that, saying, hey, I'm going to be more of a scorer than a shooter.
Now tonight, Coach, your boys face off with Sioux Falls O'Gorman. The Knights are coming off 3 straight wins. What does O'Gorman do well, Coach, that your team must try to take away or limit tonight?
Well, their guards are really good. Their guards can really shoot the basketball, and they've got 2 bigs inside. They match up really well with us, for them, and that'll be a key to the basketball game tonight. We run a lot of the same things. We're real similar in scheme, and we're real similar in personnel. They'll come in and we got to limit their guards' 3-point opportunities. We'll have a chance to be in the ball game.
And finally, Coach, you mentioned the Harrisburg game. You were able to slow the tempo down a little bit. Talk about what tempo favors your boys tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
We're going to do the same thing. We don't want to get out, and we don't want to get in a track meet with them. We want to control the tempo. We want to, go through our posts and run everything through the posts, inside out. We're going to really try to control the tempo and not, like I say, not turn it into a track meet.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time, and good luck tonight against Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
All right, thank you.
And that was Mitchell boys coach Todd Neuendorf. I want to thank Coach for his time. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Coach Derek Roby after the break.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End of Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Well, first and foremost, they have a shot blocker in the middle. The Alm kid is probably as good as defender as anybody. If you look at him, he just stands in the paint and he's going to swat anything that's coming his way. A great defender, and that's why they're able to hold teams to that particular number. Not only is he there to help finish off a defensive play, but they have 2 bigs that are just crashing the boards real hard. So certainly we're going to have our hands full in that regard. So, we can't be afraid to let it fly around the 3-point land, and hopefully we can shoot the ball a little bit, and that's going to help. If we have to rely on trying to get into the paint, Alm's going to be a factor there, no doubt about it. So we'll have to see what happens, I guess, how it plays out.
Finally, Coach, talk to me about just a few keys to victory tonight against Mitchell. And being the Corn Palace, you probably expect a really fun atmosphere, probably really loud student section. How big will it be for us to get off to a good start, maybe take that initial flurry Mitchell might put on us at the beginning of the game, withstand that and just kind of play throughout?
Well, I'll tell you, years in the past, I would have probably said that would be real important. I don't know if it is this year because teams have done that. Teams have come out and really got the momentum early on the Colonels, and they battled back. I don't know if that's a key necessarily because they're a good enough team where they know that they can just, wither it back. I think the key would be to be consistent throughout the game and be able to, again, we're going to have to be able to shoot around the perimeter because of Alm being in the middle. We're going to have to try to contain Hinker at all costs. It'll be fun to be in the Corn Palace. We're looking forward to that atmosphere. It's going going to be a hard atmosphere for anybody to come in there and try to win. But we're looking forward to the challenges. But Mitchell's having a great year. I would think, like everybody will tell you, they're as good as anybody out there, and they have a good enough team to probably win the state tournament if things go right for them. But, they're going to have to continue to battle, and they have a tough couple of weeks like everybody else right now, and we'll see how they battle their schedule. I'm guessing they think this is going to be the easiest one because it's at home, and, because of our record, I'm guessing they think this is going to be the easiest game here tonight. But hopefully we have some young men that have something to say about that.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you much.
All right, we want to thank Coach Roby for his time as always. Tonight's pregame coaches show has been brought to you by Canfield Business Interiors. Canfield Business Interiors provides products and design for your workplace. For more information, you can find us online at canfieldco.com. Canfield, making space better. Isaac, what are some keys to victory for O'Gorman today?
Well, first we got to contain Hinker and make him work for all his points. He had 33 last year against us and 21 the previous season, so he's just a phenomenal player that we got to keep. In Arbogast and Moffett are going to have to kind of carry the load from out there if we're not able to get it inside against a tough player like Ulm. We also got to play up more up-tempo, try to push it. They're not going to be as prone to running as we are, so if we can kind of keep them from slowing the game down, we'll maybe have a better opportunity to win this one. We also got to play smart, keep their players out of foul trouble, don't let Mitchell shoot a lot of free throws, and most importantly, we got to get off to a good start playing in a hostile environment on their last home game, kind of a senior night deal for Mitchell tonight, so it's going to be important to get off to a good start.
Isaac, who's your pick to click tonight?
I'm going to pick Ben Renshaw. I know I picked him for the Brookings game, but I think Ben's going to have a good game tonight. Kind of plays into his hands. A little bit of a free-for-all from the perimeter is what I'm kind of anticipating for O'Gorman. Not free-for-all, but a more perimeter-centric game, so I'm going to have Ben Renshaw tonight.
And I'm going to do Matt Ing off the bench. I think Matt's going to have a couple big three-pointers tonight. And we are going to hit our tip-off open as the national anthem approaches.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Arendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Canfield Business Interiors, the BB Agency Knights of Columbus Insurance, Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, Ide Bailey, First Premier Bank Card, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, Crossroads Book and Music.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights Basketball, let's go to the gym.
All right, yeah, it was the end of the national anthem, and now we are going to do the starting lineups for the O'Gorman Knights, recorded by the boys themselves. Here they are.
Cade Moffitt, number 3, 6'3", senior guard. Reese Arbias, number 15, 5'10", senior guard.
David Opers, number 34, 6'6", junior center.
Ben Renshaw, number 4, 5'11", senior, guard.
Eddie Myler, number 44, 6'6", senior, forward, center.
And now we'll have our starters for Mitchell. They'll start Lucas Moeller, Caden Hinker, Ben Halloyd, Dylan Solik, and Zane Alm. So the Knights win the tip-off, and we'll start with the basketball here on the offensive end. Renshaw, 3 from the right wing is good. Ben Renshaw off to a good start, 3-0. Gorman leads, and the first shot of the game goes in. And now Mitchell will have the basketball. It'll be Halloyd up over to Hinker. Hinker cross-court pass, and Mitchell will hold it inside, toss it into Alm near the elbows. Hinker, that's a deep contested 3. Can't get it to go. Ball nearly got tipped in off of the hands of Alpers. Knights will clear the rebound. And now Moffitt in transition and pulls things back out. Didn't like that Hinker came over to guard him in the paint and slows things down. Arbogast, 3 from the top of the key is good. O'Gorman off to a 6-0 start, back-to-back triples.
Hey, Coach Neuendorf wanted to get O'Gorman off the three-point line. Well, that has not worked for the first 2 possessions.
And that one right through the hands of Hinker and out of bounds. So Mitchell turns it over. It's 6-0. Gorman 2 for 2 from 3. Renshaw and Arbogast with 1 apiece. And a chance to increase the lead.
You couldn't ask for a better start, Isaac, than those first 2 possessions for O'Gorman.
Absolutely. Renshaw up to Arbogast. He's at the three-point line in the lane now. Out to Alpers. He'll take a 3. That one too strong, no good. Rebound bounces around into the hands of Alm, and Mitchell will bring it across half court.
O'Gorman's not going to win too many leaping battles against 6'10" Alm tonight.
Halloyd over to Hinker. He's got it on the left wing, up top to Alm. Alm at the top of the key, passes it over to Halloyd. Looking inside at Hinker. Alpers on him. Hinker gets it on the block. He'll spin baseline, flip a pass over, and Solik's 3 is off the mark, no good.
So we see Knights go zone defense. In that possession, they went man. So you're going to see that a lot tonight.
Moffitt's floater too strong, no good. Rebound goes to Mitchell. We'll bring it across the half-court line with Halloyd. Slow things down and get into a half-court set. Mitchell, the home team, likes to slow the pace a little bit.
And one thing Coach really did mention to me in the interview is Mitchell's kind of a slow-starting team this year. They've fell behind a lot early and then made runs late in games.
3 from the wing is no good by Solik. 0 for 2 so far for Dylan Solik. And the Knights have a chance here offensively. Arbogast slows things down. A little bit of an offensive set here from the Knights. Renshaw with it on the wing over to Moffitt now on the left wing. He'll use a screen from Myler. Slice his way into the paint, up off the window from the right side. Can't get it to go. Alm clears the rebound. And Hinker will now push on the right wing. He'll go one-on-one with Alpers. Drive baseline. Kick it to the corner. Now up top with Alm at the top of the key. He'll take a straightaway 3. Rattles in and out. No good. Rebound goes to Alpers. And he'll toss it up to Arbogast. Arbogast uses a screen from Myler. Now dribbles out to the half-court line. Slows things down. Knights will run another set. Renshaw over to backdoor cut. Easy off the window for 2. Nice pass from Moffitt to Renshaw, and the backdoor cut has the Knights up 8-0, and a timeout from Neuendorf and the Mitchell Colonels. It's a 30-second timeout.
So we'll take a quick 30-second break. This is O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Hi, this is Father Jordan Sampson, pastor of Christ the King Parish, located at 26th and Lake Avenue in central Sioux Falls.
And I'm Julie Kolbeck, the principal at Christ the King Elementary School. Christ the King School is the perfect 5103.
Whether you desire a Catholic education for your family or are looking for a spiritual home, we look forward to you joining us at Christ the King.
Welcome back to Mitchell High School, the world's only Corn Palace. The Knights on top of the Colonels 8-0 here as Mitchell has the basketball after calling the timeout. Knights in a zone defense here. Mitchell working it around the perimeter. Lucas Moeller over on the left wing with it. Over to Hinker in the corner. Got Myler off his feet with the pump fake. 3 from Hinker, no good. Rebound goes to Alpers. It's still 8-0 O'Gorman, and now a chance to make this thing double digits with the bucket here on the offensive end. Arbogast pull up 3, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Moeller, tosses it over to Hinker, and he'll slowly walk it across the half-court line.
I think Coach Neuendorf wants more inside touches. They've had a lot of outside shots for Mitchell so far tonight. There's a turnover.
Alpers, nice defense on Hinker, and now over in transition. Alm swats it away from Myler. He's had 47 blocks on the season, make it 48 now. One of the best shot blockers in the entire state with his first of the evening.
Now Knights in a man defense.
Alm with it underneath. Nice hook shot by Alm is good. Dumping it off inside, turned over the left shoulder and got the hook shot to go.
They must have heard me, Isaac.
So Renshaw with it over on the wing. Tosses it over to Renshaw. Renshaw up at the top of the key. Fadeaway three from straight on is good. Ben Renshaw, 8 of the 11 for O'Gorman. And they're up 11-2 here at the Corn Palace. Joe Lynch getting ready to check in for the Knights, as well as Matt Ing. Corner three is no good. That one by Moeller. Couldn't get it to go. Now over to Moffitt in transition. Moffitt drives baseline. His shot swatted away by Alm, but they're going to call a foul underneath. I think it's going to go to Haloyd. It will. Too much hands on the drive, and it will send Moffitt to the line for 2. So Moffitt at the line shooting 2.
Looks like he's about a 69% free throw shooter on the year.
His first rattles in, and it's 12-2 O'Gorman on top. Subbed into the game for Mitchell is Steele Morgan. And then Lynch and Eng come in for Myler and Arbogast.
Big front line for Mitchell. 6'6" Hinker, 6'10" Alm, and 6'5" Morgan.
Yeah, Moffitt makes the second free throw, so 2 of 2. And the Knights have an 11-point lead over the Colonels right now. Haloyd over to Moeller. Knights in a zone defense once again, trying to take away that paint. Morgan over to, or up top to Moeller, and Moeller over now to Haloyd. Dump off inside to Alm. Alm's got it on the block, kicks it out to Morgan. His two-pointer is good. Tough shot over the hands of the outstretched Lynch. Knocks it home, and it's 13-4. Mitchell trying to get anything to go here offensively, having a tough time of getting stops on the defensive end as well. Moffitt drives baseline, too much hands from Morgan. There's going to be a foul on the ground, so Morgan's going to pick up his first.
And that was a good defensive possession for O'Gorman. I mean, if Morgan's going to hit a shot, 18-footer over Joe Lynch like that, you'll take that possession for sure.
Subbing in the game for O'Gorman is Shea as well as Myler back in for the Knights. Renshaw comes off of a triple screen. They get it to him in the corner. Up top to Ing. Thought about a deep three. Pull up 2 from the elbow is good. Nice job by Matt Ing. Pump fake, takes it into the elbow and pulls up for the jumper.
So both our picks to click are doing pretty good so far, Isaac.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's where O'Gorman, if they're going to win this game, it has to be from production from the guards.
In the corner up top to Hinker. 18 on the shot clock. He's got it at the top of the key. They're going to call a 3-second violation on Alm. Couldn't ask for a better start from O'Gorman. They lead the Colonels 15-4. They've been doing everything textbook offensively, and they've been playing great defense on the 2 standouts from Mitchell. Alm with 2 points, Hinker with none. And a really tough shot from Morgan is the only other bucket for Mitchell. Renshaw thought about a contested 3. He'll pull up for 2 just inside the line and buries it. Ben Renshaw is absolutely hot right now. He's got 10 of the 17 for O'Gorman, and he's got yet to miss a shot. Alm inside, dumps it out to Morgan, and now a good recovery defense from O'Gorman. Hinker up top. He'll drive near the free throw line. Too much hands from Ing. Fouls on the ground.
If it was NBA Jam, Ben Renshaw would be on fire. I think Coach Neuendorf, he's just rotating different guys and trying to find something that will work so far. Charlie McCardle, number 35, a kind of a bigger kid is into the game now. I should say stocky.
McCardle, 6'1" sophomore, but he's definitely got some size into him. Guarded by Shea underneath in this 2-3 zone bounce play as Hinker was supposed to get that in the corner and was swarmed by 2 Knights defenders. Hinker at the top of the key, guarded by Lynch, drives inside, tough finish off the glass, does not go, but he'll head to the line for 2 as he was fouled on the driving floater. Foul goes to Michael Shea underneath.
17-4, O'Gorman leading, a minute 20 left in the first quarter, and one of our keys to victory, Isaac, was get off to a good start, and O'Gorman has obliged there, and you know, just a little bit over aggressive that time on Hinker. When he's shooting a shot like that, you just hope he can, you know, not foul, but he makes one of two. Sometimes if you get a score to the free throw line, make him see the ball go in, then it's tough.
Absolutely. So Mitchell's going to try to bring some pressure. The Knights break it, get it over to the corner, back up top. Arbogast stands still three, over the outstretched hands of Hinker, can't get it. Shea grabs the offensive board, saves the possession. Eng for three, too strong. Rebound offensively by Lynch, and the Knights will get another chance at it. 2 offensive boards on missed shots, and they'll slow it down here, run a set play. Arbogast dribbles over to the right wing. He's guarded tightly over to Eng now. He'll draw the matchup from Hinker, hand off to Shea, over to Arbogast, and the Knights weave it around. Eng stands still three from the wing, short no good. Rebound goes to McCardle, and Mitchell's got about a 3-second difference between shot and game clock.
O'Gorman's really getting good shots, Isaac, in this offense this whole first quarter. Very good execution. That time they had about 3 really good shots, just misses, but open shots.
This is where you got to pay attention to Hinker. They like to get it to him with about 6-7 seconds left on the shot clock and let him create his own shot. Here, probably going to toss it up to him near the elbow. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Hinker over to Alm. Nice backdoor cut to Morgan for 2. 4 seconds on the clock. Eng's going to get a chance to launch one from half court here. Dribbles in. Floater from the straight on is too strong. That was about 3 feet behind the line and then banked hard off the backboard and was it no good. So at the end of one here from the world's only Corn Palace, the O'Gorman Knights lead the Mitchell Colonels 17-7 on the road. Stay tuned for the second quarter from Real Presence Radio Network.
Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is a third-generation chiropractic practice focusing on inspiring patients to take control of their personal health and the health of their families. Dr. Eric Ferendorf, a 1999 O'Gorman alum, is a proud third-generation O'Gorman Cathedral High School graduate following in the footsteps of his grandfather and uncle, and is excited to welcome his wife Larissa to the practice. Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is located on the northwest corner of 49th Street and Southeastern Avenue, 605-334-8000.
Hi, I'm Larry Canfield with Canfield Business Interiors. I've often been asked what differentiates Canfield Business Interiors from other companies. It's our knowledge, expertise, and over 100 years of combined experience. It's how we use our in-house design capabilities to enhance your workspace. To us, it's not just a transaction. It's about our satisfaction guaranteed philosophy that seeks a positive outcome for all. The reason we are in business is to make your space better. We get results just like those Knights. Go Knights!
All right, welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. I'm Brett Byler from Real Presence Radio, along with Isaac Struck as the O'Gorman Knights with a nice first quarter up on the Colonels, 17-7. With the start of the second quarter, here's Isaac Struck.
Hinker with it at the top of the key. Over now into the corner. That's a standstill three off the front of the rim, no good. That was Deegan on the three. The rebound bounces out of bounds.
Knights, I believe, the highest lead they had was 13 at 17-4. Mitchell got the last 3 in the quarter, but terrific start for Coach Roby's squad on a 3-game winning streak coming into the ballgame. Here is Cousin Eddie down low.
Eddie over the shoulder, can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Alpers. He tries to finish up top, can't get him to go. Rebound bounces into the hands of Myler. His shot won't go. Another offensive board. It's Alpers inside off the glass for 2. Persistent offense from the Knights, and it's 19-7.
There was about 4 offensive rebounds on that possession between Cousin Eddie and David Alpers. Great work down low, and Coach Neuendorf can't be happy so far with the effort of his boys. They're just getting outworked, just to be frank.
Absolutely. Mitchell working it around, now gets it inside. Tough scoop shot finish is good by Solik. Arbogast with it on the wing. He'll use a screen from Myler, flip it over to Moffitt. Moffitt's been quiet so far. Standstill 3 now is around the rim and good. Moffitt buries a 3 over the outstretched arms of Solik, and the Knights continue to pour it in from the perimeter. They lead 22-9. Dump off inside to Ulm. Ulm kicks it out to Hinker. He's got it on the wing, guarded by Renshaw, now into the corner again. Inside to Ulm. Ulm floater can't get it to go. It was a little bit of a hook shot. They'll work it around on the offensive board. Haloid straightaway 3, can't get it to go. Mitchell struggling from the perimeter, can't get many shots to fall, and the Knights making just about anything. Renshaw pull up 3 too strong. Rebound goes to Arbogast offensively, and he'll get it over to Renshaw. Has it knocked off of his foot.
Are they giving that to O'Gorman though, Isaac?
And it'll stay with O'Gorman.
Yeah, I think that you were correct, sir. I think that was actually off of Renshaw, but we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take that. Tough to see a little bit here with the championship banner right in front of me on the wing, blocked off from about the block to the corner on that one side. Renshaw with it on the wing. He'll dribble over and hand it off to Moffitt. Moffitt off the drive, cuts his way into the paint, dumps it off over into the corner. Eddie Myler standstill baseline jumper rattles in, and another timeout from Mitchell. An absolute offensive showcase for O'Gorman right now. They pick up where they left off against Brookings. They lead 24-9, and a 30-second timeout from Mitchell.
We'll stay right here, Isaac. This has been a really impressive first 10 minutes of the game for Sioux Falls O'Gorman. They've coming off wins against Aberdeen Central, St. Thomas More, and Brookings on Saturday. And Mitchell, they're in just a really tough stretch of their schedule. They lost to Roosevelt last Thursday night by 4, and then they beat Harrisburg. They have us, followed, I believe, by Washington, and they also have Aberdeen Central. There's another team in there that's, I don't know if it's Brandon Valley, but there's one other top team in there so their last 6 games is just tough. It's like running the gauntlet, you know?
Absolutely.
And I feel like Mitchell, they haven't got the ball inside enough, and then they've missed a lot of outside shots, and then we've hit 4 threes, so that's a big difference, a plus 12 at the three-point line.
So Mitchell with it, Ulm at the top of the zone, dump off inside, had it go through his hands, into the hands of Renshaw, over to Moffitt now. Knights will push a little bit here offensively. Moffitt drives baseline over the top of Hinker, can't get it to go. The rebound bounces around, and they're going to call a foul on Alpers for a push from behind.
Aunt Sharon and Uncle Jeff want to give a shout out to Cousin Eddie tonight watching the game, so thank you for watching. A lot to be happy with so far if you're a Knights fan.
Straight on 3, no good from Mitchell, and then the rebound batted out into the hands of Haloid. They're going to call it a tip, so it'll stay with Mitchell as they corralled it. Now a corner 3, too strong, no good. That one from Deegan, and Mitchell has not been able to hit the broadside of the barn, quite frankly, from deep so far.
You are correct, my friend.
Renshaw with it up top to Alpers. He's at the top of the key, swings over to Arbogast, dumps it inside to Myler. Easy layup for Myler as Ulm caught a tough screen from all people. Renshaw underneath. The smaller Renshaw caught Ulm right around the rib area, knocked him off balance, and freed up Myler down below. And now Myler runs all the way up to the bleachers as that ball tips off the defender. I think it was Renshaw who got a hand on it out of bounds. O'Gorman leads 26-9.
4:24 left in the second quarter. Did you get to play in this building twice, Isaac, in your high school career?
I played in here one time. Oh, wait. Twice. Wait, let me think. Once. I played in here once. Moffitt with the block from behind, what they call a foul. Too much arm there. We played against Mitchell here. Oh, no, I played here twice. Sorry. Once.
Did you play in a Mike Miller game here at one point, maybe?
Yeah.
Because I think that might have been the year Mitchell was really down, and you guys might have played them here.
Yeah, we played them here, yes.
And then, did you play them again that same year in the regular season, possibly?
No, I don't think so. I think that we played... No, yeah, I've only played here once, and it was against Mitchell, and we beat them by like 30 or 40.
Yeah, that was when they were really down that year. I think that might have been the year before Coach Neuendorf came here. I think they might have had 1 or 2 wins.
Yeah, Mitchell with the missed free throw there. Renshaw has it now. It's 26-10. Knights lead. Knights have a chance to continue to increase the lead. Moffitt drives baseline over to Myler. Easy off the window. It is 28-10, and O'Gorman is running away with it here offensively. Mitchell can't do anything to stop the Knights' penetration and kick, and then they're making about every shot from the perimeter. Alm had it bounce off of his foot out of bounds. Nice job by Renshaw to poke it out from underneath. Came down and scraped at it. Ripped it out off the hands of Alm.
And that's what we were talking about in the pregame show about the drive and kick. I mean, you don't have to. You can go into Alm, and then you can just draw him, and then you can just dish it off like they did that last time for a nice little short jumper by Eddie.
Shea with it at the top of the key, dumps it over into the hands of Myler, poked away by Alm. Alm drives the length of the floor. Wow, what a finish by Zane Alm. The long-armed Alm went from the left block and picked up his dribble and then basically finished right hand stretched out near the right block. Renshaw, pull up 2, good. Renshaw feeling it offensively. He's got 12 points right now to lead the Knights, and he's about as confident as ever pulling up from deep so far. That one just inside the 3-point line, but his second straight pull-up jumper that hits barely any rim.
I think the hoop looks as big as the ocean to him right now.
Inside to Alm. He's got it on the block. Spin move by Alm. Nice footwork. Got his shot blocked and sent away by Lynch. Lynch runs the floor. Nice pass to him. Lynch finishes at the rim. Wow, what a pass there from Renshaw to Lynch. Hinker, pull up 2. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound by Alm inside, then he just flips it up over with the left hand and in. Zane Alm over the top of Myler, but talk about textbook running of the floor by Joe Lynch.
That's one of those possessions where you make the defensive play and then you hustle and get rewarded on the other end.
Renshaw with it over on the wing, over to Shea now. He'll use a screen from Lynch near the free throw line over to Eddie. Baseline jumper from Myler is good. O'Gorman is just doing everything offensively. Roby just puts his hands up in the air and basically in disbelief at how well the Knights are playing offensively. Not necessarily saying he's surprised by the shot making, but he's just so pleased with the offensive performance and those extra passes right now for the Knights. That 3 from the corner, however, good by Moeller. First one in a while for the Colonels.
It's been a lot of that drive and kick offense too, Isaac, where you break the defender down penetration, but multiple players and just finding the open man.
Shea, standstill 3, around the rim and good. The Knights bench continues to row the boat over on the sideline. It's 37-17. The Knights are absolutely draining everything from the perimeter. Everyone chipping in. Hinker drives baseline, shot blocked by Myler, and then Myler takes an elbow right off the nose, and it will send Hinker to the line for 2 free throws. Wonder if we'll be able to get any stats up here. I don't know about that, but this is a phenomenal offensive performance. I just want to know what we're shooting from the field so far.
I would say somewhere maybe in the 60s if I had to guess.
Hinker's free throw is good, so Moffitt and Myler will check out. Alpers and Ing into the game.
And that was only the second point by Hinker. They both have been at the free throw line, Isaac, so he does not have a field goal in the first half.
Second free throw by Hinker is good.
He averages about 18.7 points a game.
Ing over to Renshaw. Mitchell will use some pressure here to try to get back into this one before the end of the half. Ing dribbles over to Renshaw. Renshaw pump fakes from about 6 feet behind the 3-point line over to Ing. Ing dribble handoff to Renshaw. Renshaw is nearly down by Renshaw. Nice move to create some space. Just a little bit too tough off the rim. Under a minute left here in the first half. Knights lead by 18 here at the Corn Palace. Coming off of a screen is Moeller. Moeller looking over in some trouble. Got to get it up to Hinker. He's near half court, guarded by Lynch. One-on-one. Hinker off the dribble. Dumps it inside to Alm, but there's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to go to Lynch. That'll be his first of the evening. Not many times do you say first of the evening with 37 seconds left for Joe Lynch. Playing some clean defensive basketball tonight. A tremendous defensive player, but oftentimes gets called for quite a few fouls in the process.
I think part of the reason that is his arms are just so long. It's, you know.
Yeah.
There hasn't been that many fouls called in this first half. 6 on O'Gorman, only 2 on Mitchell. So
So a substitution to get some offensive players into the game for O'Gorman, hoping that they'll have the last shot of the half, but Mitchell might run this thing all the way down. Haloy just standing at half court. About a 1.5 second difference between shot and game clock. It's 37-19. Mitchell trying to get into the 20s here at the end of the half to cut this thing anywhere from 16 or 15. Knights recognize the play here from Mitchell. They're going to try to free up Hinker in the corner. And Alpers just absolutely buries Alm.
And that play, that's where Alpers has to talk to Eddie, because Eddie could have easily popped out on that one, but David decided just to run over the screener.
I think that's kind of a tempo setter there, as Alpers gets a second foul, but just proves to, or trying to send the message to Mitchell that there's going to be no easy free buckets tonight, as Alpers basically lowered the shoulder and just put Alm flat on his back as he rattles in the first free throw. Again, 1-on-1 opportunity here, chance at the line for a second, but O'Gorman will have just under 9 seconds for their last shot here. Costello in for Alpers with those two. Renshaw here, 7 seconds. He's going to come across half court. 5 seconds left. Renshaw going to use a screen. Kicks it over to the corner. At the buzzer, it's good! Matt Eng buries the three from the corner, and it's 40-21. The Knights put up 30 points again in the first half here at the world's only Corn Palace. So stay tuned for the halftime show on Real Presence Radio Network after the break.
Pre-planning a funeral is a wonderful gift for families. I'm David Lewis of Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, a family-owned and operated service to the community. Our goal is to make arrangements with families comfortable when they decide what their wishes are for funeral services. I will listen to all needs and offer choices for funeral arrangements and make sure all questions are answered. Barnett Lewis Funeral Home can be contacted at 336-0707 or by going to barnettlewis.com.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides tax, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 40-plus locations in 15 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace for 2,500 professionals. The firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities and the Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for the Sioux Falls area, Jeff Gillen, Carl Libby, David Cook, and Phil Carlson.
All right, folks, this has been a first half unlike any other. I don't think we expected to be such a big differential. With O'Gorman up by 19 at half, 40-21, and I think I saw part of your tweet, Isaac, and I think one of the words I saw was almost perfect first half. What stood out to you most about O'Gorman's play in that first half?
Well, what stuck out to me the most was the shot making from O'Gorman. Renshaw has been nearly perfect from the field tonight, but it's not just Renshaw. I mean, Ings knocked in a 3 and a pull-up 2. Michael Shea has hit a 3. Moffitt has hit a 3. Arbogast has hit a 3. And we're just doing such a good job of whipping that ball around with some tempo and getting Mitchell kind of out of position, knocking down the shots that we have available to us. But not only that, we are also doing a really good job of dumping it off inside, running the floor in transition when we have the opportunity. We saw a great pass from Renshaw to Lynch in transition. And Myler doing a tremendous job down low, getting buckets inside. He's got 8 points, but what he's doing is the best of what Eddie is doing is just stretching out a little bit to that short corner area, drawing Ulm a little bit out of the paint, and then when Ulm stays in, Myler so far has knocked down 3 jumpers from around 8 to 10 feet, all no hesitation whatsoever, just a catch and shoot from Myler. So just a really, really, really good offensive production so far for the Knights offensively, and then defensively, they're doing a tremendous job guarding Hinker. Ulm got going a little bit later in the half. He leads with 8 points for Mitchell, but
when you get a hold of Hinker without a field goal in the first half, that's outstanding. And I think one thing that impressed me besides this shot making, Isaac, is how open some of these shots are too. I mean, they've done a great job with their screens, like you said, with their tempo, getting a lot of these looks, but they're very open, and they're making them. And when you do miss them, you've seen Alpers and Eddie get offensive rebounds or keep the plays alive too. O'Gorman has been the aggressor tonight to the loose balls. They've been a step quicker, and Mitchell just kind of has played a little tentative. I thought, especially in the first quarter when they shot all those 3-pointers, it's kind of like you have a 6'10 kid and a 6'6 kid who might be the best player in state, and they're just kind of swinging the ball around the perimeter and shooting jumpers and missing them, and that allowed O'Gorman to get out to a 17-4 lead. And I don't know, it's 19 now. I don't know if Mitchell ever did get under 10 at any point in the second quarter, so it's been a whole big domination. As Coach Roby, you've been in a lot of these locker rooms, Isaac. What do you think he's telling the boys up 19 right now?
Oh, I think he's happy as a lark. He's got to be doing his classic speech of, well, now remember the first 3 minutes here of this half are huge and crucial. If the Knights can come out and kind of set the tempo in this first 3 minutes, it's going to make it really tough for Mitchell to come back. However, if Mitchell punches the Knights in the face with a couple buckets and a couple stops, this game is far from over. So it's important that the Knights don't loosen up the reins at all. Make sure that they stay aggressive offensively. Make sure they continue to swing that ball around with the extra pass. But right now, I think Roby's patting everyone on the back saying, hey, we came in with a game plan. We're executing it nearly perfectly right now. Hats off to you guys. Let's keep it up and finish this one for a tremendous, what would be a huge road win for the Knights that could help them in seed points.
All right, Isaac, very well. So we're going to take a break. We come back over Inside O'Gorman segment. We'll find out how the Knights gymnasts did at the state meet, which was on Saturday in Watertown. And that is coming up next after the break.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family-owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student-athletes good luck this year.
All right, folks, it's now time for our Inside O'Gorman segment. The O'Gorman gymnasts were competing in the state meet, which was on Saturday at the Watertown Civic Arena, and Coach Bork's girls took 6th place at the 2021 state championship. They got individual honors, went to Jaden Robbins, who was tied for 8th at the beam. Katie Pellicott was also tied for 10th in the beam. And we had the Mitchell girls on the court. They actually won the state meet, so congratulations to them. But the O'Gorman girls getting 6th at the state meet, a tremendous achievement for them. Some of the team members were Rose Dvorak, Jaden Robbins, Daphne Clausen, Grace Miller, Shannon Hellman, Pin Thongtad, Catherine Kolb, and Katie Pellicott, which the Knights were coached by Sky Bork, I believe Lana Lana White also is the assistant coach. So congratulations to those ladies. That's a lot of work they put in for about 3 months to get to the state championships, and they got 6. So congratulations to them. Also, we'll take a break in a second here. I got to find my live read here, and then Isaac on the other side of the break will give us some scores going on in the area. So Inside O'Gorman is brought to you by the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Our schools strive to have excellence where it counts in faith, academics, and our community, and opportunities offered to our students. Visit ognights.org to schedule a tour. Enrollment opens on February 22nd, which I believe is next Tuesday. And we're going to take a quick 60-second break. We come back, Mr. Struck will have some scores across the state. Stay tuned.
When you look to the future, is the road there inevitable? It's not. That's why O'Gorman education matters. It's where you'll grow in your faith, be challenged, celebrate, and become part of a community. These are the moments that will shape your life. This is where your path will unfold. What are you waiting for? You belong in blue.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Welcome back. Ooh, loud again. Welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace, where the Knights lead 40-21 over the Mitchell Colonels. Now I got some scores at the Huron Arena. It is 3-1. Brookings leads at the end of the first quarter. That is just a offensive struggle over there. Brandon Valley 28-21 over Harrisburg at the end of the first half. Aberdeen Central leads Watertown by 1, 30-29 at the end of the first half. Then in AA girls, Washington over T right now, 30-24. Top of Sioux Falls Lincoln, 30-19.
And tonight's halftime show for the O'Gorman Knights is sponsored by the BB Agency, supporting Knights of Columbus Insurance for South Dakota, Southwest Minnesota, and Northeastern Iowa for life insurance, long-term care insurance, and retirement products. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689 to connect with a field agent near you. Knights of Columbus Insurance, strong, dependable, faith-based insurance, protecting your family's financial future.
Moffitt turns it over and then hits the deck after getting run into by Hinker. And Mitchell gets their first turnover forced of the second half. So Hinker with it on the left wing. He'll go off the drive, dump it over to the corner. That's going to be a 3 rattling in and out from Moeller. Myler with the board, and now he'll push with Arbogast here. Arbogast dribbles down the left side of the floor. 40-21, Knights lead. Arbogast tosses it up to Alpers. Alpers at the high post area over to Moffitt. Swings it over to Arbogast. Thought about a 3. Dumped it inside to Myler. Nice, tough hook shot over the outstretched arms of Alm. 42-21, Knights lead.
Is that a Keem Elijah down there or what? Wow, what a nice move by Eddie.
Corner 3 by Moeller, around the rim and out, no good. Once again, an in and out 3 for Mitchell. They've had a bunch of those so far, rattling in and out. Renshaw nearly had it poked away. Good defense here by Moeller. Knights will slow things down offensively. Alpers over to Moffitt on the left wing. He'll go off the dribble now, walk it over to the sideline, dump it off into the corner. Arbogast off the drive to Alpers. Free throw line jumper, doing off the backboard and in. That went off the rim 3 times, off the backboard once, and banked its way home.
You know it's your night when they're in and out of their threes and you're hitting a free throw line jumper like that.
Alpers grabs the board, and they're going to call foul on Alm on the rebound, so that'll be Alm's first. Knights off to a good start so far in the first 2 minutes of the half.
And now we're seeing a little bit of a press, Isaac.
Renshaw trying to beat the press here over to Arbogast. He'll walk it across half court. Knights doing a good job offensively of handling the pressure, as Arbogast is going to draw the foul from Moeller. That'll be Moeller's first.
And one thing you notice too, Alpers is doing a terrific job in the glass, and Eddie, there's not a lot of second chance opportunities for Mitchell tonight off of those missed shots.
Renshaw with it on the right wing, dumps it inside to Myler. Nice pump fake off the glass, could not get it to fall. It was too strong, but a nice move by Myler inside. Lloyd with it on the wing for Mitchell. They trail by 23.
44-21, 5:39 left in the third.
On the nice pass from Hinker, and it's 44-23. Arbogast dribbling around the perimeter, thought about a three, kicks it over to Moffitt. Moffitt dribbling around up to Alpers at the top of the key, back to another handoff to Moffitt. He'll drive inside. His shot is pinned off the glass by Alm. Alm's such a good shot blocker for Mitchell. Claims another victim. Hinker fade away from the free throw line, uses a screen from Myler, then dumps it off inside to Alpers. Alpers bullies his way down into the paint, kicks it out to Myler. Standstill jumper is good. Eddie Myler has been more than efficient from the about 10, 12-ish foot range on those jumpers. That one about 3 or 4 steps inside of the three-point line, all alone, and buried it. Hinker off the dribble inside. I'm going to call a block on Arbogast, who tried to take the foul. It'll send Hinker to the line. He's still field goal without a field goal, but a chance to get up to 5 points on his night.
I was going to say, Eddie's looking a lot like J.P. Costello tonight, hitting those 12 to about 17-foot jump shots that J.P. did his whole junior and senior years at O'Gorman.
I remember we were here as Hinker misses that for one of those days where pretty much anything that he looked at, whenever he looked at the rim, it was a good shot for him, and he was not missing.
And as a player on your team, you just feed that person the ball as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Hinker misses a second.
So Hinker having an off night. Visibly frustrated as he slaps his thigh. Now Moffitt, standstill three from the wing. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Alm. Mitchell pushes a little bit of tempo here. Lloyd off the dribble inside. They're going to call block again. That one's going to go to Renshaw. Foul's going to be on the floor.
So that'll be the second team foul for O'Gorman.
Shea into the game for Moffitt.
Good job that time by Matt Ing. That could have been an easy dunk, but he stepped in front of Alm.
Lynch guarding Hinker. Hinker gets his way into the paint, then has it bobbled away and stolen away by Lynch. Good defense there by Joe Lynch. Forces the turnover. Ing dribbling around over to Renshaw. Thought about a three. He'll use a screen from Lynch. Toss it over to the corner with Ing. Ing guarded closely. Dumps it off to Myler, who thought about that baseline jumper again. Instead, he'll go off the dribble. Turns around. A lot of contact. Fade away. Blocked right away by Alm. And then Eddie's going to get hit and travel. Was about to kick it out and then kind of stepped awkwardly and rolled around with the feet there. Tripped up and traveled. 46-23, Knights on top of the Colonels. Inside to Alm, nice turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go, however, and the rebound goes to Lynch. Renshaw now with it. He'll walk it across half court. The Knights lead by 23, ties their highest lead of the evening. Shea with it over on the wing, over to Ing. Thought about a three. He'll dribble a couple steps inside. Nice left-handed flip up off the glass. Too strong. Rebound by Alm. That's one of those where you just got to get it as high as he could. He tried to get it out of the way of Alm, but a little bit too much mustard on that one. Hinker, fadeaway jumper from the elbow. Can't get it to go. So Lynch doing a really good job of contesting Hinker, who continues to have an off night from the field. As now Roby's going to call timeout. It'll be a full timeout. So with 3 minutes exactly in the third quarter, the Knights lead the Colonels 46-23 here from the world's only Corn Palace. Stay tuned for more on the Real Presence Radio Network.
Being in business is not easy. Achieving profitability, doing what is right, and finding meaning are just a few of the challenges we face in today's workforce. The Catholic Men's Business Fraternity exists to help men in business be virtuous and integrated leaders. We do this by hosting monthly events that will help teach you how to take faith principles and turn them into business practices. To find out more about the Catholic Men's Business Fraternity, our events, or how to become a member, go to cmbfsf.org and begin to take your Sunday into Monday.
All right, folks, welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. We have a shout out. Joyce Alpers wants to give a big shout out to my grandson, number 34, David Alpers from Tampa, Florida. So thanks, Joyce, from listening to a lot warmer Tampa, Florida than we are here in Mitchell, South Dakota. And Isaac Struck, I was going through Twitter last night, and
he is too short, no good. Rebound into the hands of Shea. Thought about a pull-up three and dishes it off to Lynch instead, who hands it up to Renshaw.
So that's a Monday
That's
night.
A Monday night tradition now, thanks to my girlfriend. Kind of forced into watching that one.
Smart man. Nice play on a timeout for Matt Ing, hitting a three. I believe that's Matt's second three, and he's also at a long two, so 8 points for him.
Hinker with it, dumps it inside to Alm. Alm on the board to Lynch. They're going to say that he hit Alm on the head.
Shea was behind him, too, so it's kind of
a three from the top of the key. 49-26, his first bucket of the evening.
And that comes at the 2:12 mark of the third quarter, so terrific job by the Knights on him tonight, mostly David Alpers and Joe Lynch.
Lynch with it over to Renshaw now. Renshaw, who's been quiet here in the second half. Dribbling around the perimeter now. He'll walk it over with 10 seconds on the shot clock. To the left wing. He'll use a screen from Lynch instead. Pulls a three. It's deep. It can't quite fall as it rolled around the rim a couple of times and out. A good look from Renshaw. And the Knights here trying to get a stop defensively to cut the momentum here that Mitchell has got with a three and a stop now. Inside to Alm. Tough finish. They're going to call a foul on Alpers underneath.
Looked like O'Gorman that last possession. Isaac was trying to run a lot of clock that time where they really didn't, get going, kind of like St. Thomas more, but get going to really 10 seconds in the shot clock. It'll be interesting to see now with a big lead if that will be strategy for Coach Roby is to take a lot of time off the shot clock.
Alm's free throw rolls off the rim, no good. So a couple of subs into the game. Alm's second free throw is bottom of the well. A sub into the game, it's going to be Arbogast for Renshaw.
So Renshaw has 12, Cousin Eddie has 12, 8 for Matt Ing.
Arbogast with it, trying to break this pressure now. Shea on the wing, over to Eng. Eng off the wing now up top to Shea. They'll hand it off to Arbogast and set up in some sort of offensive set here. Arbogast drives the baseline, then pulls it back out. Tosses a bounce pass up to Shea. Thought about a three inside now to Myler. Myler with it on the post. Turnaround shot blocked by Alm into the hands of Shea on the floor. And a timeout for O'Gorman. Good job by Michael Shea getting to the floor and calling the timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here.
Boy, Coach Neuendorf is not liking that. He's on the court. I don't think his coaches are supposed to come out that far as the referee's kind of pushing him back. But that's just another example, Isaac, of O'Gorman just being a step quicker when the ball's on the ground, wanting it a little bit more tonight.
49-27, Knights lead. Moffitt checks into the game for the Knights. A little bit of a slower start to the second half for both teams. It hasn't really been that slow for Mitchell comparing it to their first half, but 8 points for Mitchell, 9 for O'Gorman, and the lead just stays at 22. A good game so far from the Knights. I mean, you can't ask for much more coming to a hostile environment here at the Corn Palace against a really tough top-ranked Mitchell team who's trying to move into the top of the rankings, and they're taking care of business right now, leading by 22.
And Mitchell, kind of a deliberate team offensively, they're going to have to speed up the game.
Inbound goes to Moffitt over on the wing. He'll use a screen from Myler and then
pull it out.
4 seconds on the shot clock. He's in some trouble. Ing has to hoist it at the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Mitchell will walk it across the half-court line now. They'll use Deegan at the top of the key. Over to Morgan. Morgan uses a screen from Alm. Stuck at the top of the key, over to Hinker now. Hinker dribbling around, tough defense from Lynch, cuts his way into the paint, tries to go off the window. They're going to call foul, however, on the ground before he got the shot off. So actually, they're going to send him to the line for 2. I don't know about that.
You can hear Coach Roby on the crowd mic. He doesn't agree with it either.
Free throw around the rim, no good for Hinker.
Hinker struggled with the free throw. I don't know what he's shooting in the year, but he's basically been splitting his free throws tonight. I think he's about 2 for 5 right now. Second one is on the way and good.
So free throw good for Hinker. Arbogast across the half-court line. Hinker is shooting 72% from the free throw line this season. So, and that Harrisburg game was 13 of 14 from the free throw line. So really just kind of an off game from Hinker, partially due to the good defense from O'Gorman so far. About a half of a second difference between shot and game clock. Arbogast dribbling around. They're going to call foul on Alm, who tried to reach around Myler, who set a screen on Alm. That'll be Alm's second foul. Renshaw in for Arbogast. 6.6 on the clock. That's all that remains in the third quarter. Knights will run a set play here from the out of bounds. They try to pass it over to Eng. Costello threw it right into the hands of Alm, but it was tipped off of his hands and out of bounds.
I say get to Mr. Buzzer Beater, Ben Renshaw.
Moffitt with it on the right wing. He'll go off the dribble. Spin move into the paint. A lot of contact. Flips it up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And Hinker just throws a one-handed shot put down the floor. And that'll do it for the third quarter. O'Gorman leads 49-28 over Mitchell here at the Corn Palace. Stay tuned for the finish of this one on Real Presence Radio Network.
Looking for Catholic gifts and books for the upcoming sacraments? Crossroads in Sioux Falls has both Catholic gifts and books that can be used for confirmation, First Communion, and the Easter season. From rosaries and medals to Bibles and devotionals, Crossroads is here to help their customers with gift-giving needs. Crossroads is located at 41st and Grange next to Camille's. Crossroads, books, gifts, music.
Canfield Business Interior by creating inspirational experiences to improve your organizational performance. For more information, you can find us online at canfieldco.com. Canfield, making space better. Canfield Business Interiors supports the Sioux Falls Catholic school system and wishes all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Welcome back to the Corn Palace, where the Knights lead 49-28 here in the start of the fourth quarter. Mitchell working it around the perimeter. Over now, swing pass inside to Silica. Dump off to Alm, who finished it strong off the glass. Count the basket and one.
But Alper's fourth foul, Isaac, so he'll have to check out.
Alm's free throw around the rim and out, no good. So Mitchell just really struggling tonight from the free throw line. Arbogast off the dribble now. Hands it off to Moffitt. He drives baseline, tries to get inside, flips up an incredible tough shot off the near top of the shot clock. Somehow fell inside. I don't know how that went in, how the spin came off of his hand, but whatever he just did was exceptional. Foul called on Renshaw on the reach. I would love to see a replay of that. I don't know how he launched it from his left hip almost underneath the backboard and just flipped it all the way up. That thing got higher than the shot clock, which is right above the basket. It was above that 7:20 medals home as well. So 2 for 2 from the line for Lloyd. Renshaw over to Arbogast. They'll try to break the pressure again. Arbogast up to Moffitt. He'll drive inside, kick it to the corner. Myler thought about a three from the corner, instead hands it off to Moffitt. Arbogast on the wing. Dumps it inside to Lynch. Nice pass to Myler. Can't get the finish. And then into the hands of Moffitt. What a move by Moffitt inside again. Left his feet, then put it on the floor before landing for two. Alm leads the way with 15 for the Colonels.
I don't know how Moffitt didn't come down on that rebound and travel. That was amazing balance.
Arbogast. Knights just really trying to take the air out of the basketball, working around to that last 10 seconds of the shot clock before they do anything offensively. They lead by 19, and Mitchell, a slow-paced offensive team, going to have a tough time coming.
That time.
Would have had a really nice just dump-off pass to Lynch for a two-handed leap and jam, but didn't happen. As Myler's shot blocked from behind by Hinker, and he'll head to the line, though, as Hinker got too much arm. Hinker in disbelief on that one, his first foul. Myler's free throw rolls in and is good. Eddie Myler on the season is a 60% free throw shooter. He's 31 of 51 now from the line, was 30 of 50. Second free throw off the front of the rim and good again. Hinker comes across half court. Mitchell's got to go fast now if they want to get back into this one. Tough fadeaway shot blocked by Lynch. Nice job by Lynch to just out-leap Hinker as now the Knights push offensively. Moffitt underneath. Tough finish off the window for two. Hinker nearly swatted that off the glass, but Moffitt got it out of his hands quick enough. He's got 11 on the night. O'Gorman now with 14 from Myler, 12 from Renshaw, and 11 from Moffitt. That pass swatted away into the hands of Arbogast now, and the Knights really have a chance to put this one out of reach here with a bucket offensively.
Mitchell is scrambling defensively right now.
Arbogast slowing it down once again. Spinning into the paint over to Myler on the wing, up top to Renshaw. Renshaw with 15 on the shot clock. He'll go off the dribble. Crossover dribble now, pulls it out, 10 seconds left. He'll drive inside. Fadeaway jumper, too short, no good. Rebound bouncing around on into the hands of Alm. Mitchell trails by 23. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Lloyd over to Hinker. Hinker dribbling around on the wing. Dump off inside, swatted away by Myler, out of bounds. A couple of subs in, and now Shea will check in for Arbogast.
Hinker goes to the bench, which is very rare. We'll see if he'll check back in. They're trailing by 23 right now.
Nice backdoor feed. Layup is half three-pointer. Moffitt drives inside, tries to throw a no-look pass to the corner to Shea. Shea swings his way through the open barrier between the basically movie theater-style seating here at the Corn Palace.
If you're courtside, you got to be aware of Michael Shea's out there. He'll dive into you at any instant.
Turnaround jumper, tough, and they're going to call foul on Myler, who got popped in the mouth.
That might be on Lynch, actually.
Oh, yep, foul goes to Lynch. That'll be his fourth.
Now he has 4, Isaac.
I jinxed him earlier, saying his first in the last 30 seconds of the second quarter, and now he's got 3 in the second half to bring his total to 4. Alm's free throw is good. So it's 57-38. Knights on top of the Colonels. 4:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Renshaw over to Shea. Shea had it bopped out of his hands by Alm. Back into the crowd once again. Eng will check in for Renshaw. So we've got Arbogast, Eng, Moffitt, Myler, and Costello in for the Knights. Arbogast off the dribble to the corner to Eng. Eng drives inside, pull up, two-pointer, can't get it to go. Rebound bounces off the hands of Alm into the hands of Morgan, and Mitchell will try to get on the board again here. Try to cut into the lead. 4 minutes exactly left here in the ball game. Alm inside. Dump off pass outside to Morgan, up top to Lloyd. He'll dribble around the top of the key. Mitchell got to do something here offensively. Alm, tough, flipped up hook shot, no good. Rebound inside. And a two-point basket for Dylan Solik. Costello at the top of the key with it. Over to Eng. Eng off the dribble, handoff to Arbogast. Arbogast working it around in a timeout from O'Gorman. So Coach Roby's going to take a
30, I think, Isaac.
30-second timeout.
So we'll take a quick 30-second break. Knights up by 17 at the Corn Palace in Mitchell.
Hi, this is Father Jordan Sampson, pastor of Christ the King Parish, located at 26th and Lake Avenue in Central Sioux Falls.
And I'm Julie Kolbeck, the principal at Christ the King Elementary School, 605-338-5103.
Whether you desire a Catholic education for your family or are looking for a spiritual home, we look forward to you joining us at Christ the King.
Welcome back to the Corn Palace, where the Knights will have the ball offensively here. A chance to increase the lead and try to put this thing away.
So Hinker has checked back into the game for Mitchell.
5 blocks down there tonight. Now Alpers tries to get it off with the horn, can't get it off in time. 17. Hinker to the corner. Solik, fadeaway 2 from inside, rolls around the rim, no good. Rebound by Renshaw, who leaped up for the board. Over to Moffitt. Moffitt over to Myler. Looking inside, they had Alpers just standing alone and couldn't get it to him. Moffitt off the dribble now inside, lost it off his feet, and they're going to say off of Mitchell and out of bounds.
So 57-4.
Hope to close this one out. Arbogast on the wing, drives inside, kicks it to the corner. Renshaw, 3 from the corner is good. Ben Renshaw leads the way for the Knights with 15 now. Allum on the wing, up top to Hinker. Hinker, straightaway 3 from the top of the key. That doesn't even hit anything. It goes straight out of bounds. An air ball, and now Roby will look to set something up here offensively, perhaps. A couple of subs into the game for Mitchell, and Hinker will exit probably for the final time tonight as Mitchell gets ready to unload their bench. Alpers inbounds the basketball to Renshaw. Renshaw off the dribble, trying to break the press here over to Alpers. Alpers into the hands of Arbogast. Arbogast trying to get it across half court, does over to Moffitt. Moffitt now to Arbogast. Arbogast all alone on the wing, wastes some more time and dribbles to the top of the key. 18 on the shot clock. Ball bounced around out of bounds, and now Shea and Costello check into the game. Manny Struck. And it looks like Rush Landry. Yep. So Struck, Landry, Shea, Huners, and Costello into the game. Fudoff drives around, has to fire up a shot here at the end of the shot clock into the hands of Costello, who then whips it out of bounds into the hands of Lynch, who was just standing out of bounds. Tough to inbound it and had to be put up almost immediately. And then Costello with the board, kind of not aware of the shot clock. Probably had a chance to put it up and then just whipped it to the corner to Joe Lynch. It was a shot clock. Knights working it around. Timeout to get a sub into the game. I think it's going to be Costello and Shea coming out. It's going to be Ambrose and Mooney into the game. So now everyone has played for O'Gorman. Landry to Mooney. Mooney off the dribble, uses a screen from Struck. Now into the hands of Struck, turns over, hands it off to Ambrose. Ambrose dribbling around near the top of the key. Huners with it on the wing, over to Mooney. Mooney off the dribble, kicks it to the corner. Struck's got to shoot a buzzer beater 3 here, just too strong, can't get it to go, and the rebound goes to Mitchell. Mitchell working it around the perimeter. They've got a couple of new guys into the ball game for them as well. Dumps it off into the corner. Nice baseline drive and one for Jonah Schmidt, the 6'4 junior. Finishes off the glass. So there's going to be a 18-point lead. O'Gorman will probably just hold it and then accept the turnover, but maybe they'll go here offensively. Kind of just a tough situation to be in with only a 0.6 difference.
I bet they might shoot it. We'll see. Maybe not. You don't want to be the one who shoots it and Coach Roby stand there and tell you not to.
10 on the shot clock. 9 seconds left. Mooney with it at the top of near the half-court line. I think he's just going to hold it out. The ones pick up an impressive victory over the Mitchell Colonels, 60-42. Stick around for the Knights Locker Room Show here on Real Presence Radio.
The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. The Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Now, back to the gym.
Welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace, where the Knights pick up an impressive victory over the Mitchell Colonels, 60-42. That will be a 50 seed point victory for the Knights, who came into the Corn Palace and basically provided an offensive clinic in the first half, scoring 40 points, holding Mitchell to 21 points in each of their halves. So a really good offensive showcase from the Knights, but an even more impressive defensive showcase from a team that scores a lot and gets a lot of buckets from their two most efficient and well-rounded players in Zane Alm and Caden Hinker. And the Knights held Hinker to one field goal is all from the top of the key, and that was a 3 in the third quarter. And Alm did a good job in the second half getting to the board and getting points for the Colonels. But, I mean, just an impressive win for the Knights, who basically controlled this one from the opening tip. I don't think the Knights trailed for a single second of this one, because that first three from Renshaw, and then it was 8-0, and Mitchell never even sniffed the lead in this one.
They did, Isaac, and it was just one of those games where O'Gorman, besides executing better, they just played harder throughout. I mean, with the loose balls, with the offensive rebounds in the first half, I mean, there really wasn't ever even a sequence where you felt like, hey, Mitchell can maybe get back into the game here, because they just were so far behind from the beginning. It was 17-4 in the first quarter, and we just kind of never really let up. I liked that. I thought, we did a good job on holding Mitchell to only one shot a lot of times, too, because we got 6'10 Alm and 6'6 Hinker. They can get a lot of offensive rebounds. I thought we did a good job limiting him to one shot, playing really solid defense. You got to give David Alpers and Joe Lynch a lot of credit with the initial defense on Hinker, but as you know, Isaac, defense is a team sport, so there's a lot of people coming in from the guard spots, whether it was a Renshaw or an Arbogast, and scraping down too, so it's a great team effort defensively.
Oh, absolutely, and that was an exciting win, just knowing how much it means for the Knights to pick up a victory like that, and how happy Roby's got to be with just the way they played, fundamentally sound on both ends of the floor. I know that locker room's probably hooping and hollering right now, pretty excited with the performance tonight, and good for those guys. They've got a really important stretch of games heading into this final week, and it looks like Coach Roby is going to join us, so we will take a quick break.
Yep, we'll take a 60-second break, and then we'll
Coach Roby
get Coach up here. So stay tuned, folks. This is a Knights Locker Room Show on Real Presence Radio.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Being in business is not easy. Achieving profitability, doing what is right, and finding meaning are just a few of the challenges we face in today's workforce. The Catholic Men's Business Fraternity exists to help men in business be virtuous and integrated leaders. We do this by hosting monthly events that will help teach you how to take faith principles and turn them into business practices. To find out more about the Catholic Men's Business Fraternity, our events, or how to become a member, go to cmbfsf.org and begin to take your Sunday into Monday.
Welcome back to the Corn Palace, where the Knights picked up a victory over the Mitchell Colonels, and now we're joined by head coach Derek Roby of the O'Gorman Knights. Coach, tonight you guys controlled the game from the opening tip-off. You got off to a great start. You led 8-0 over Mitchell, and from then on, you guys played a really solid defensive game, holding Mitchell to 21 in each half, but an even better offensive performance in that first half, where it seemed like you guys were just making those extra passes and having a really good effort on the offensive end, cleaning the glass offensively.
And you're exactly right, Isaac. It was a fun game to be a part of. The guys were really enthused. Not just the guys on the floor, the guys that were sitting next to me on the bench. They were all enthused. They were all engaged. We throughout the prep time to get ready for the Colonels, obviously we knew we were up against a really well-coached group, a team that's having a phenomenal year, and in my opinion, Hinker's probably if there's an MVP of the league, he would be it. He's a phenomenal player and a franchise guy. So throughout the week, we were trying to decide what we were going to do to battle him, and I just thought our guys played tremendous defense. Not so much just on him, but just as a team. We tried to keep Mitchell guessing the whole time. We kept going from a zone to some switching of screens to just playing regular man to we just tried to keep him guessing, because Mitchell is so good and so well coached on the quick hits and one quick hit after the other. So hats off to our guys for playing very, very well and shooting the ball very well, and that always helps. It makes you look good, but really proud of our guys, because we know we beat a really, really good team.
Absolutely.
Coach, as a coach, you always like to see those extra effort plays where there's an offensive rebound, whether it's a loose ball where you dive on and call a timeout. It felt like we were able to bring that energy and get those second chance points, win those hustle plays tonight.
I thought so too. There's a lot of them. We have a lot of guys that are blocking their possessions down low. We have guys diving after loose basketballs, and I just thought we played really well. I don't know if we can continue to play that well. That was about as well as we can play, I think. We just, because we shot it well and we defended well. But with that being said, we beat one of the best teams in South Dakota, I thought, tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And now looking forward to your tough stretch here. What is a win tonight? You guys are going to have a day off, a couple days, or a day off here to kind of regroup and talk things through. But you guys have a tough stretch of games coming up. But a win like tonight, where you come in on the road and beat a really tough team, that's got to propel you would imagine, into this last stretch of the season.
We hope it does, just because we got a decent win tonight. You hope that catapults us into Thursday. Obviously, we're playing an undefeated team on Thursday on their home floor. If anything, they're looking at this saying, wow, we're going to have to crank it up a notch, and we probably increase the intensity level on their end. But you know what? We'll just keep taking one game at a time and try to focus. And I'm just really proud of our guys, just because this is a hard task to come to the Corn Palace and get a W.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach Roby, for joining us tonight, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you much, guys.
All right, thanks, Coach Roby. We are going to take a break, Isaac, and then when we come back, we're going to have our Pizza Ranch player of the game, and I think we got a few candidates for that one now, and then we'll have our final scoreboard update as the Knights Locker Room Show continues on Real Presence Radio.
experiencing rapid growth and has an additional opening in the Sioux Falls area for a full-time listener relations coordinator. This person will assist with spreading the word about RPR, including help with the live drives, fall banquet, major gifts, and local live shows. A qualified candidate should demonstrate excellent self-management and time management skills. If you sense a call to serve God in this capacity, please send a cover letter, your resume, and references to Brittany at realpresenceradio.com or call 877-795-0122.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2020 to the middle of March 2021. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Welcome back to the world's only Corn Palace, where the Knights just defeated the Mitchell Colonels 60-42 here on the road in an impressive victory. So now we're going to get to our Pizza Ranch player of the game, and tonight we're going to give that Pizza Ranch player of the game to Ben Renshaw. Ben Renshaw, the senior, basically set the tone from the start, having 12 points in the first half, but had 8 of our first 11 and was off to a hot start and pushed the pace, but also played really well defensively on the perimeter, helped poke a couple of balls away from Hinker when he came down and would scrape away at it defensively, and he really set the tone offensively and kind of pushed the floor and really ran the floor well.
Yeah, like you said, Isaac, he was the one who came out in this game and just really made those shots early, played with that confidence. I think sometimes when you see the ball go in right away, that's a carryover effect on the other players, and he's playing so confident right now. You feel like sometimes he might even be going out of control. He's playing really fast, but he really has some control too. He's such a good ball handler, and he was the one who set the tone. I think a couple honorable mentions will be Eddie Myler. We talked about that in the break. He had 14 points tonight. I thought he really battled Alm tonight, and he did some really good things on both the glass and scoring. And also I think Joe Lynch and David Alpers should get honorable mentions just for their initial defense, holding Hinker to only 1 field goal tonight.
Yeah, they played a tremendous game, and like Roby said, a really good team defensive performance, but especially a good individual performance from both of those guys. Played a really tough, hard-fought game and making Hinker work for everything that he could get.
So tonight, Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights player of the game is brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch are proud supporters of the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools and the Real Presence Radio Network.
So we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our final scoreboard update here from the Corn Palace. Stay tuned for the rest of this one on Real Presence Radio Network.
When you look to the future, is the road there inevitable? It's not. That's why O'Gorman education matters. It's where you'll grow in your faith, be challenged, celebrate, and become part of a community. These are the moments that will shape your life. This is where your path will unfold. What are you waiting for? You belong in blue.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring salad bar, pizza, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms to fit any size group. You can also order online and they will bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch, located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street, can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to the Corn Palace, where the Knights picked up an impressive victory over the Mitchell Colonels. So now I'm going to wrap around to our scoreboard update on the evening. I'll start in girls AA, where we had a final over at Washington. The Warriors pulled away from T in that second half. They defeated the T area Titans 69-43. Sioux Falls Christian on top of Yankton right now, 38-17 at the end of 3. Pierre beat Lakota Tech 58-48, and Pierre and Harrisburg on top of Lincoln 54-38. No score report from the Douglas St. Thomas More games, Stevens and Spearfish, or Huron and Brookings yet. Sioux Falls, Washington, and AA boys defeated the T area Titans. That was over in T, 73-61. Brookings leads Huron under a minute to go, 37-36 over at the Huron Arena. An absolute barn burner for those teams that are trying to hang on to that final spot right now in the AA standings. And then Harrisburg got defeated by Brandon Valley, 53-38. Watertown on top of Aberdeen Central in an upset victory there, 60-52 over in Watertown.
Well, then Sioux Falls, Washington, Isaac, with that win, they'll move to 13-0 on the season. They'll have 4 games left because with COVID and all the games were canceled, they're only going to have a 17-game regular season. So Coach Craig Nelson's team, and I actually interviewed Coach Nelson this morning. That was a lot of fun interviewing him and talking about the Warriors. So that will be a one-day rest for O'Gorman. They'll practice tomorrow, and then you'll turn around and you'll be at Washington High School taking on the Warriors, which, as you mentioned, Isaac, to Coach Roby, that's a really good last question you asked him on the carryover effect. You would think, if nothing else, this would give the players kind of a little extra confidence when they go into the game against Washington, knowing what they did tonight. And if you even move that back a few games against Aberdeen Central and against St. Thomas More, which were 2 really good wins as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you just mentioned, that carryover effect could be huge. It's going to be a really tough game on Thursday night against Sioux Falls, Washington, a really tough opponent in Washington. That's going to give us a lot of fits. Just offensively, their size and their ability to knock down shots from the perimeter is going to be really tough. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Knights handle this final stretch.
Okay, so coming up next with O'Gorman, as we already mentioned, Washington will be Thursday night. That will be a broadcast only. No video stream for that one. We'll probably be going on the air about 6:40 for that game. Isaac and Dan will have that one. 7 o'clock tip-off at Washington High School. And then the next girls game will be Saturday afternoon against these Mitchell Colonels girls, who are having a really solid year as well. I believe they're 13-2 right now. The Knights girls got back into the top 5 rankings. They're number 4 with a couple big wins of recently, and that'll be around probably, I would say, about a 2:50 start. We know how Keeter time works on Saturdays, Isaac, so it's set for 3 in the calendar, but I would say probably about 2:50 tip-off will be on the air about 2:30 for that one. And then the final week of the season, we'll just run through that real quick. So next Tuesday, the O'Gorman boys, a week from today, host Sioux Falls Lincoln, who almost beat Sioux Falls Washington on Saturday. Washington won that on a buzzer beater, so that won't be easy. Then the next Thursday, the boys will take on Washington at O'Gorman. Well, the girls end their regular season at Washington that same night. We'll be doing the boys game at O'Gorman. And then the following Saturday, O'Gorman closes their regular season out versus Pierre at O'Gorman. So none of those games are easy, Isaac.
Yeah, no, not at all. And it's going to be really tough for the Knights, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun test heading into that SODAC 16, kind of see where everything starts to shake out. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this season wraps up in AA boys, and I'm more than excited for that Thursday game against Washington.
All right, well, thank you so much, Isaac Struck. I want to thank all our listeners tonight on YouTube, on the radio, on the app. You can rewatch the video stream if you want on YouTube. It's Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls, and I hope everyone has a great night. Stay warm. It will be getting a little bit warmer for us this weekend for sure, and we'll be back with you Thursday night from Washington High School. Thanks for listening, and go Knights.
You played really well. Well, you shot really well. And
there you go.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Canfield Business Interiors, the BB Agency Knights of Columbus Insurance, Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, Ide Bailey, First Premier Bank Card, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, Crossroads Book and Music.
The preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.